Right then, Notts County talk. It's finished Maidenhead 0, Notts County 4. I mean, all of a sudden, in the space of, just under 2 weeks, we've turned around, a really poor run of results, haven't we, really? 11 goals from 3 games, 3 wins on the trot. We're really hitting form. We look confident. The intensity we're showing from that first second of the game to get a goal, and we just look on it, really, don't we? It's like a completely different team than what we saw under Ardley. It's quite phenomenal, really, when you look at the attacking intent we have. We just look so threatening in every move we do. The wing backs just look phenomenal, especially Miller. I thought Miller was great today. Rodriguez is a new man. Jim O'Brien hat-trick. The list goes on and on and on. I'm going to be doing the player rating, so I'll kick straight off of it. Go for Slocum. Now, another stat that I didn't add into the runner stats that I gave there was that's the first clean sheet Notts have had in 9 games, and that clean sheet came against Wrexham at home under Birchnell. So, I'm going to give him a 7.5. To get for your first clean sheet against the side like Maidenhead, who, that they've been scoring goals, it's a good clean sheet to get. So credit to Slocum today. In saying that, though, he's not had loads to do. I'm just purely giving him that, really, for the clean sheet. He's made a couple of saves here and there and collected it there. So he had to be sure for that. So yeah, 7.5, I think that's fair. Miller, I've already briefly mentioned him. I think he's been phenomenal. These last few games, he's really shown his stead, and I just think it's actually crazy. Like 3 or 4 players now under Birchland, and I'm thinking these are completely different players. Miller, Chickson, even Jim O'Brien under Birchland has been fantastic. But Miller, I'm going to give him an 8. He's going forward with the ball. His link-up play with Chickson, it's so pivotal for Notts, the way we're playing at the moment. And, we just look so threatening. So threatening down the line. So I'll go on to Chickson. He's just straight back at it, isn't he? Defensively, he's solid, absolutely solid. And to think he's playing sort of the left side centre-back, he doesn't really look physically up to it, but he is. He's putting challenges in, he's regaining possession, he's been fantastic. So I'm going to give him an 8. Rawlinson is solid again. He's done 1 or 2 sloppy things where I'm thinking, he could have been a little bit tidier with that. So I'm going to give him a 7, not going to give him the 7.5. I'm not going to be too harsh on the back 5, even though, I don't think Rawler's been fantastic today. He's not been bad, has he? Like I said, we've kept a clean sheet for the first time in 9 games, so I'm going to give him a 7. Ellis, he's so determined, isn't he, as a player, to get the ball back, and he's just got that grit about him, hasn't he? That grit, that determination to get the ball back and just put his body out there and put his body on the line. The physicality of him, I would not fancy coming up against Ellis, so I gave him a 7.5 today. I think, you can't really give him much less than that. Dion Kelly-Evans, I think he sort of did what was expected of him today. He's not done much more, and he's just had that sort of mediocre display today. So, another player that's been crucial in keeping a clean sheet. He's marshalled it really well down his side, so I'm going to give him a 7.5. Improved performance as of recent weeks and as of recent performances. So yeah, going on to Reeves then. Now, Reeves I found was a little bit sloppy at times. There was a part of the play I remember where he's on the edge of the box, and I feel like he could have played Miller or Rodriguez in, and there would have been 1-on-1, and he sort of turned around and ran the opposite way and then lost possession and slipped. Just little things like that where I feel like if he'd have just done that, he'd have had a pretty flawless game today, and I think he got caught out in possession once or twice. So going to give him a 7. But it's not. I'm purely saying the negatives there. I think in general he's a really good player. He links up the midfield, the defence. He just links the whole pitch together. He's a great player. He's been a great asset to the squad, I think, this season. And the skipper Doyle, what an assist for the first goal. You don't get much better assists for that. Than that. He's just been great. Don't get me wrong. Another 1 or 2 passes he's put askew, but I'm not going to be too harsh on him. I'm going to give him an 8.5 purely because that assist was godly. 8.5. Right then, hat-trick man, Jim O'Brien. When did you ever think you'd see Jim O'Brien score a hat-trick? He's unbelievable, isn't he? That first goal, all 3 goals are just cool goals, well taken. he's just a new man under Birchnell. His confidence is flowing. It's great to see. It really is great to see. I can't give him anything less than a 10. You know, he stepped up for that penalty. Was he the first choice penalty taker? I doubt he was, really, to be honest. But he's had the confidence to sort of step up and take it, and, you know, he buries it. And yeah, you know how it goes. So yeah, I'm going to give him a 10. Ruben Rodriguez then. What a player he is as well. I mean, I don't really know what to say about him. Regaining possession for Ruben Rodriguez was almost like second nature. You know, when they're getting the ball, he's regaining possession so high up the pitch, and he's done it 3 or 4 times where you're thinking, this is leading to a chance. And it's such an important move for Notts that we have a player like that who's good at regaining possession in their opponent's half, but then he's also good with the ball, so he can make things happen. He can score goals, and obviously he scores a goal today, and it's taken coolly. So I'm going to give him a 9. I don't think if he'd have scored a couple of more goals, it'd have been a 10. I mean, for me today, I think he was fairly flawless. Other than that miss, it wasn't a miss. I suppose it was a good save from the keeper, but obviously the ball was dropped to his head, and you're thinking, if you put that top corner, it's a goal. It's a free header, should do better, but I'm not going to be too critical on him because I think for the rest of the game he was pretty spotless. Wootton, I mean, you could say he should have got a goal today. I mean, let's be honest, he should have got a goal today. But I'm not going to be too hard on him for that, because his contribution is, you know, second to none, I think, for this team. He's just there for everything, you know, the aerial balls, he's laying it off to players in the box. I think, you know, there's a couple of chances I'm thinking he could easily have got a couple of assists today. I'm going to give him an 8. People may think that's high, but I just think what he gives as a striker is just phenomenal. He's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal talent. And I think it's such an exciting time for Notts fans, because we're sort of thinking now it's the run-in. If we can hold on to this form going into the playoffs, you know, you feel like we can beat anyone. And I know it's only 3 games on the bounce, and it's the first real time I felt this confident. But if you're looking at the way we're playing, you're looking at individual performances. We've been playing the best we've played for a long time, long time. And you've got to think, we've got Kyle Roberts out, we've got Lacey out, and obviously we've got Knight out as well. Whether those you feel are crucial players, obviously Kyle Roberts is, and I feel Lacey is as well. So to be playing the way we are, I think it's quite spectacular. The subs then, I don't really think any of the subs had much of a press on the game, did they? So obviously Sam Brinley and Griffiths came on. I'm just going to go across the board and give them a 6, because they've come straight into a game where it's easy to sort of feel confident coming on the pitch when you've got a big lead and maybe slip up, make a silly mistake that leads to, you know, losing the clean sheet. So yeah, I think giving all 3 of those subs a 6 is fair. They've not had a stamp on the game. Eli Samuel maybe thinking should do better, maybe 1 or 2 times, but I'm not going to be too critical on that, because we've won 4-0, and I can't remember the last time Notts won 4-0. I think it was the end of last season, wasn't it, against Eastleigh, if my memory serves me right. But yeah, I mean, overall, as a fan, I don't feel like I could be much happier with the performance. Maidenhead was a test, because they've proven that they can beat good teams and big teams. So yeah, really happy with how things are at the moment. Going into Saturday is going to be a huge test against Bromley. You know, it's going to really give us a viewpoint of where we're at and how we fare with clubs that are in and around the playoffs. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I've enjoyed doing this video because it's been really positive, and I've enjoyed doing the last few videos, to be honest with you, because of how things feel at the moment. You know, it feels really positive. Really happy for how things are. It's crazy, isn't it, what a couple of weeks, a difference a couple of weeks can make. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.